Hey everyone, I have not been on here for a while. I have just been asking some really big questions and I've been receiving the answers and they're just like really hard to take in. So if you've watched my previous videos, it's all about God speaking to me and me changing my life, and like I just went so deep and so far, and I like studied Hebrew words and I just wanted to know the truth. I just went like so far. And then he asked me to go to Colombia and I was like completely frightened and I couldn't do it. And I had prayed and asked him, like, in order for me to live my highest purpose and follow your will, like when you say go here, I go there. Like, the only way that's gonna happen is if you take this fear from me, because I have this dreadful fear that is stopping me and I need to fix this, take this from me. So that happens. I go work at a daycare. There was a lot of behavioral issues in the kids and stuff, and it was like triggering me. And I didn't realize what was happening at the time, because then once you're triggered, you just go in autopilot and you're just surviving. And I was in my sympathetic nervous system way too long, for like months. And I started to get little red spots on my arms. My body was like telling me like, hello, you're in overdrive. But I didn't know, because I was just trying to just continue to do what I have to do, you know, and my body was like telling me like, you need to stop. So if you've watched any of my previous videos, like I have had some trauma in my life, which led me on my spiritual journey to heal myself. But I never really understood trauma until now, because God has been answering my prayers. So like for post-traumatic stress disorder or complex post-traumatic stress disorder, it's like when those things happen, it creates neural pathways in your brain. And then when there's a trigger that comes in, you revert there. And then you go into your sympathetic nervous system, and then you go back to living that moment. So this is what was happening to me a lot, and I didn't know how to cope. So I haven't drank, like, I never liked alcohol, but when I was 19, I did a 6-month drinking thing where I drank probably almost every day, and God took that from me. That's when I got on my hands and knees and I was like, God, I need your help. And like, pregnant, I never had a drinking thing again. Then if you've watched previous videos, I've had the digestive issues and stuff, so I just cut out alcohol. Not interested in alcohol at all, but all of a sudden I started drinking. So here I'm in that old triggered mind, and that old trigger mind back there would drink or would smoke weed or would do whatever, right? So because I was back there, I was literally living back there. So you could say that I backslid, is what people say. Went back into old patterns. And I feel like, when it says about the 7 deadly sins, or the 7 spirits in Matthew, 7 spirits deadlier than itself, it's like those 7 deadly sins. It's once you let something back in, it's like it all comes back. But at the same time, this is happening in a brain with a person that has trauma. And I'm assuming a lot of people have trauma these days. It's traumatizing just watching the news. I quit watching the news like years and years and years ago. But trauma messes up the brain, right? And then we're not functioning at our highest potential, where we are fully connected to God and we can hear what he needs us to do and how he needs us to be and all those things. But a person with trauma is, that all needs to be fixed. So that's what's happening in my world right now. And it is a very, very intense process. And now I'm finally aware of why I'm like a roller coaster. I feel like a roller coaster. I'm like high and low and high and low, but it's because these triggers come in and knock me into somewhere else. So now I'm like, oh, okay. Anyways, this is my update that I thought I would share with you all. So if anybody else has trauma, I would love to hear it in the comments. Or what you've learned on your journey, or if God has shown you something in regards to this, right? Because like this is all a part of our purpose, I think. Like what we heal from, we help to heal others from. So yeah, I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll try to be back sooner than later.